Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. My track guide for the F4 going around Phillip Island. We're in the fixed setup with 57% brake bias. Let's get into it. Here on the start-finish straight, we want to be on the left side of the track, and we want to utilize the outside curving here. We do that to open up turn 1 a bit more, as it is flat out. Just make sure you don't hit the inside curve, because we want to be on the right side of the track for turn 2. There's no good markings for braking into turn 2. The way we want to take the corner is doing a double apex, and we want to apex around the marshal's posts. We can only see the first one here, but there's one later in the corner. Just after we turn in, we want to start to brake, and I slowly ramp up to about 45% brake pressure, and then we're easing up to just after the first apex. We want to stay close to the white line on the inside, because going just a few meters further out will make you drive a lot of meters more, and then it's easy to just lose quite a lot of time. Just before we get back to the second apex, we want to ease in the throttle. Just make sure you stay close to the white line and the inside curbing. You can use a bit of the curbing, but don't take too much, and let the car walk naturally out. I don't use the outside curb as it comes in just a little bit late. Turn 3 is flat out, so you want to drive as few meters as possible, so cut as much as you can, ending up on the left side of the track for turn 4. I use a lot of the entry curb. I brake just about 15 meters before the 100 board here on the left. Then I go to about 75% brake pressure, easing that off all the way to the top of the curb. It can be easy to lock the fronts here, so make sure you don't do that, as the car will lose both braking power and the turn-in ability. I prefer to stay in third here. I feel I can carry a bit more speed than going down to second. Once at the inside curb, we want to start to apply the throttle again. If you hit the curb, the car will lose the rear, so make sure not to do that. I also use the outside curb quite a lot, then move over to the right side of the track. Turn 6 is all about the exit speed. We don't want to be braking too much. Once the white line becomes thin, is where I start to tickle the brake a little bit. Just a little bit of brake just to help the car turn, taking out as little speed as possible, and taking quite a late apex, just so I can get a bit earlier on the throttle. As I said, it's all about the exit speed here, because we're wide open throttle all the way up to turn 9. Just before we start to go up, we'll start to apply the throttle again, and we want to make it as easy as we can on the car to accelerate, and of course using all the curb on the outside to help us maximize exit speed. As I said, now we are off full throttle all the way up to turn 9, so you want to drive the fewest meters possible, ending up on the right side of the track for turn 9. For turn 9, we want to exit as far left as possible, but mid-track can also do. We do have to brake a little bit, otherwise we will overshoot the corner, and I brake once I'm 2 to 3 car lengths past the emergency road here on the left. Again, we're just barely touching the brake, just a few percent to help the car turn, being as close to the inside curb as we can, and I'm keeping it in 5th. But we are going to top a little corner here that will make the car light and understeer, so watch out for that. We need a good exit out of turn 10 because we are flat out all the way up to the start-finish line. I brake just about a car length before the 50 board here on the left. Here I aim for about 70% brake pressure, easing that off all the way to the inside curb. It is really easy to lock the inside wheel here, so just keep that in mind that we don't lock it too much. I prefer to cut all of the inside curb, and just before getting to that curb, I go on the throttle again. It is really easy to lose the rear here. If you do that, you're carrying too much speed. Then we want to take the shortest route possible all the way down to the start-finish line. For turn 11, I keep it quite tight, keeping close to the white line, but we don't have to track all the way out to the outside and stay just about mid-track. I turn in early for turn 12, again getting close to the white line, just to try and drive as few meters as possible. Drag race to the start-finish line is going to be wild. That is my lap for the F4 going around Phillip Island. I have more track guides for the F4 linked down below. This was a time of 1:29.2. Hopefully you found this one useful. If you did, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well, and now for the uninterrupted updates.